Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. A very different but out of nowhere video. Maybe I'm doing a little bit of Roblox play, honey. I'm gonna do a little voiceover because HEESEUNG left in hyphen, which is so crazy and unreal to me. And I just want to talk about it because I have so much stuff to say. And I just want to talk about it, so I'll make a cute little video. You're gonna watch me horribly play Roblox while we talk about it. While I talk about it, so yeah. Okay, so the way I found out was literally at like 4 a.m. or like 4:50 something, 4 something a.m. And obviously, time zones, obviously for them in Korea, it was like during the day, but for us in the US, it was nighttime. I was literally went on Twitter. I went on Twitter. First thing I saw was Pop Base. Now, usually when I see shit from Pop Base, I get trolled a lot, or like I just get a lot of fake Pop Base stuff on my account, on my timeline. So anytime I see something of Pop Base, I have to click the profile to see if it's real. So it was the Pop Base tweet. He sent has left and hype in, whatever the fuck it said. And I clicked on profile and it was a real Pop Base account. So I scrolled a little bit. Baby, whole timeline was about Heesun. I went to Weavers and then I saw the like an hyphen announcement and then his announcement. I was like, oh, I was so shocked. I was more shocked than anything else. I'm still currently shocked. I'm more shocked than like sad or mad or angry. That's the only emotion I feel. And I know like whenever it fully sets in, like, okay, well, he's gone. Even though I know he's gone, I know he's gone. I know he left the group. However, like it still hasn't set in for me. That's why I'm not like sad. Or like I am sad, but like I'm not like sad. I'm more shocked than anything else. But when it sets in, I'm gonna be like, okay, this shit real. Like I know the moment whenever they post content and there's only 6 of them, oh maybe that shit's gonna set in for me. Okay, so again, Heesun posted about it. You know, he talked about it, long explanation. To make his long story short, he technically said that he wanted to have like a solo run, be a solo artist. So he decided to leave the group to do that. And he's still with Hybe, which some kind of surprised me, but I'll talk about that later. But I want to talk about my thoughts and opinions on him leaving to be a solo artist because I have many thoughts about it. So what we know is that he allegedly wanted to leave the group so he could have a solo run. But when I think about something like that, and especially as a K-pop fan, I always think through the company's eyes. So if I was the company, like maybe the company, if I'm thinking through the company's eyes, and imagine one of my biggest K-pop groups we have one of the members come up to me and tells me, hey, I want to leave the group so I can have a solo run. As a company, I feel like they wouldn't want him to leave. Obviously, Hype one of the biggest groups that Hype has, and he just wants to leave to have a solo run, even though one of their other popular groups had a member who just somewhat recently, like I think November, released their first solo album, and it did good. So that's what gets me like so confused. Like, why would he leave the group so he could have a solo album and become a solo artist? But he has to leave the group. That shit don't make sense to me. I'm sorry. And when I see through the company's eyes, a company, especially in K-pop beach, a company would not let their one of their most popular groups, they would not let a member leave so they could have a solo run. They just wouldn't. And again, I'm not trying to compare TXT to Enhypen and compare Youngjin to Heesun, but if you want to have a solo run, they could have done what Youngjin did. I mean, they did it with Youngjin. They could easily do it with Heesun, and they've done it with other groups where a member went on to do his own music or own album and was still part of the group. So that's what confused me because like that's just so confusing that it doesn't add up to me. Like it truly doesn't. And also like, okay, let's say if it is all a lie allegedly. And let's say that um Hyde kicked out Heesun. Well, he's still signed with the company, which is crazy. I mean, obviously, this literally happened a few hours ago, so more stuff can come out. You know what I mean? Obviously, like, oh my god, this just is so sad, bro. Like, I'm actually so depressed. This is crazy. I'm not like a crazy old Enhypen fan. I became a stan during 2024 during XO era. Like XO Romance Untold literally came out, and I'm like sad. Like I'm actually depressed. So I can't imagine because Hypen is a very like popular group, and they've been around for 5 years already, almost six, or maybe it's been six already. But they've been around for many, many years. Again, one of the most popular groups in Hive, and having a member leave is so crazy. And that's why I'm saying, like, through the company's eyes, I don't believe it was Heesun's decision. And obviously, yes, there could be a world where Heesun didn't want to leave the group so he can make his own music, but the company would not let him. I'm sorry. We all know how K-pop companies are. They would not let him. They would not let one of their biggest groups have a member leave, and obviously K-pop companies know how K-pop fans are, and they were like, okay, if he leaves, it's gonna be a hot mess. So I just don't think it was his decision. I'm sorry, but I don't. And it's just really crazy. Also, I can't imagine what people who have been standing them for such a long time are going through. Again, I've only been standing since 2024. They've been around since 2020, longer if you count Island, the Survivor show. And I don't know. It's just really crazy. I'm just shocked. I still can't accept it. And it's just crazy. It's gonna be super, super weird seeing them like in hype and continue with only six of them and without Hisan. It's gonna be really weird. And I just don't know what to think. I feel like I'm all over the place talking about it, but yeah, like I said, I personally don't think it was Hisan's decision. Also, I don't know if this is true, but I saw on Twitter Hisan allegedly like 2 days ago was talking about how he loves Enhypen. I don't know. He said something about the group. Also, another thing that gets me: no signs. There were zero signs. And again, this is my first time going through something like this as a K-pop fan. I feel like if a group of a member, I mean, sorry, if a member is gonna leave, I feel like there are signs. I got no signs of Heesun leaving. I know I'm not the only one because I've seen other people talk about it. Zero signs whatsoever. Also, Heesun was never a member I thought that would leave the group. Obviously, I wouldn't want any member to leave, but Heesun would be like towards the bottom. Like, I would never think he would leave the group to do solo music. Like, I'm so shocked. Oh my god. Like, obviously, he could do solo music if he wants to. Obviously, he could do that. But he could do it within the group. It's been done with other Hive artists. So, like, I'm just so confused. Again, I said this a million one times, and I'll say it a million one times again. I believe it was his decision just because I just don't see that happening. Like, I'm sorry, but I truly don't. So, long story short, Enhypen is now a six-member boy group and will continue as a six-member boy group, now being OT6. And Heesun will be making his solo debut soon still under Hive, which that's just so crazy to even think about and say. It's really is going to be something weird to adjust to, and for some of us it's we may never like get used to it. However, at the end of the day, we don't truly know what happened, and we most likely will never know what happens unless if Heesun like isn't with the company, he decides to talk about it. But I don't know. Obviously, I don't want him to leave the company. Obviously, I don't want any of this to happen, but if he is going to leave the group, at least he's still going to feed us with music. But yeah, a really weird adjustment. We're all gonna have to get used to it, or hey, maybe we'll never get used to it, and that is totally okay. It's just really crazy to think about. And again, Hypen is my all group, and to think of them not being a group is so crazy to me. I mean, obviously they're so group, but without a member, it's so crazy to me. But yeah, really crazy what just happened. Really curious how y'all think. Please leave in the comments below. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Tell me conspiracy theories. What you think? Are you sad, girl? Tell me what you think. But yeah, something that we're gonna just have to go with for the future, I guess. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Really fucking crazy. I don't know what to think. It's gonna be really weird, but I mean, hey, well, shit. What can we do about it? See y'all in the next video. Bye.